Hi, this is Violeta Kotulak from Coldwell Banker Prime Properties.
Hi, and I'm Heidi Ives with Homebridge Financial Services.
Hi, so today we're going to talk about the first step when you're purchasing a home. So you think, oh, I'm ready to buy a home, I'm going to go and shop, I'm going to go on open houses, I'm going to talk to realtors, right?
That's right. Yeah.
No,
Wrong. That's not right. That's
No.
wrong.
First step that you have to do in order to purchase a home is to get pre-approved. And what does that mean, really? Do you know what that means? Let's check with Heidi.
That's a really good question. There are a lot of people that do go out and look at open houses, and because we join each other a lot with open houses.
Correct.
And we've asked them if they've gotten pre-approved yet, and oftentimes I would say close to half maybe have not yet spoken with a lender, or at least nailed down, or a bank to nail down exactly how much it is that they qualify for, really have a full understanding of how much is going to be needed to put down on the home, really just sharing with a lender or a bank their financial goals when it comes to purchasing a home.
That's right, and it's a very important step. Now, why is this important? Why do I need a pre-approval, you may ask yourself. There is few reasons why. The first reason why is because you want to know how much you qualified for and how much your monthly payment will be. There are multiple calculations online that you can use, but really, are they really that effective?
Oftentimes the calculations online, they're trying to lure you into working with them, so they may not take into consideration exactly how much you're putting down.
Right.
They may not take into consideration your actual credit score, so you really do want to be careful. There are good tools out there, but I would just caution you to make sure that, before you do anything, you just speak with somebody that you know and trust.
Right, and they will give you exact information, how much money you can put down on the payment. On the payment.
On the mortgage.
On the down payment. And how much you will need for closing fees as well, because some people forget about closing fees and they can add up depending on the situation.
They can, and I'm glad you mentioned closing costs, and we'll get more into that when we talk about some typical costs associated with purchasing, both when you're submitting or you go under contract and you have inspections and such, and also mortgage closing costs. But part of that pre-approval process is to make sure that we've covered your income, how much money you have to put down, and to also cover closing costs, or do we need to ask for a seller concession?
Exactly.
And we'll get into that later as well.
Yes.
So, working with a team that's going to help you through this process is really super important.
Very important. Also, another reason why you need a pre-approval is because the seller really wants to see that pre-approval letter. First, to see that you are really a serious buyer.
Absolutely.
And that you don't waste anyone's time by looking at their house. Just to remind you, they have to leave the house, they have to take their pets with them, they have to take their kids with them.
That's true.
They want to make sure that if you come to
They
their
have to
house,
clean.
they have to clean the house, right? And it's not that easy sometimes.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you don't waste anyone's time. And not only that, because when there is a multiple offer situation, they want to see what kind of loan you qualified for. And that could be a break or make situation.
Absolutely.
So they can choose between the best option for them. So it's really, really important. Now, Heidi, let me ask you, what kind of information do you ask for when someone is calling you to get pre-approved?
Originally we just ask a lot of questions over the phone to figure out exactly what your goals are, because I know with Homebridge, I just want to make sure that I customize a loan that's really going to suit a buyer's financial needs. They may not have a lot of money to put down. They may have no money to put down. They may have 20% to put down.
Right.
So you do need to know basically how much money you're making, how much money you have in the bank, and kind of have a general sense of what your credit is like. Once we actually do the application, we dive down a little deeper. We want to make sure that we see copies of your W-2s, which are your statements that are provided to you by your employer at the end of each year to tell us exactly how much money you make, or your tax returns, recent pay stubs. We want to know if you're part-time, you're full-time.
Right.
All of these things can impact your ability to be able to qualify for a loan and what kind of loan you qualify for.
Or salary versus commission.
Salary versus commission and bonus income, things of that nature.
Right.
Retirement income if you're a veteran. All these things are things that we want to talk about. In addition to that, as far as what we need, I like to call it the 222 rule.
I like that.
Yep. So
Easy to remember.
Easy to remember. 222, 222. So we need We need your 2 most recent W-2s. We need your 2 most recent pay stubs, your 2 most recent bank statements. And that's pretty much it. If we have those things, we can really drill down from there and figure out how much we can qualify you for.
Now, how long does it take to get pre-approved?
Generally, you could go online and do it, depending on who it is that you're working with, but over the phone, it takes us probably 15-20 minutes. It doesn't take very long at all.
Great. So now, once you actually get that first step and you get pre-approved, then we can move on to the next steps, which we're going to discuss in the next video. If you have any questions about pre-approval, you can reach us with the information that we're going to put below the video.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can go from there. And you can just contact Heidi to get pre-approval, or myself, and I will also answer any questions. But obviously you want to speak with the lender regarding pre-approval and how much you can afford for your monthly payment and how much really you want to spend on your house, because one thing is to get pre-approved and another thing is to actually spend that money. You can get pre-approved for $300,000, but you really don't want to spend more than $250,000.
You may want your payments at a certain level. Oftentimes customers say, you know, how much am I pre-approved for? Well, you may be pre-approved for $300,000, but at the end of the day, with your taxes and insurance and where you want your payment, you might need to be around $250,000 or $200,000.
It's not only about mortgage, it's
That's
also
right.
other things, which we're going to discuss a little bit further
Absolutely.
in the next video as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have any questions, please be sure to ask them to our emails that will be listed below, and we will see you in the next video.
Yeah, please like and share if you would. Look forward to
right.
seeing you next time.
All right, bye.
Bye.